Well, listen, will you please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please?
Hey, I will do just that for you.
So you're going out, you're going to do it for me. All right.
Mike Tyson has taken his warnings to Jake Paul out of his gym and training sessions to a live TV news channel.
Nobody's gonna stop me, Mike. I don't care about one leg till they fuck everybody. Fuck you, motherfucker.
The baddest man on the planet seemed to have gotten fed up with the social media altercation between himself and the problem child and has moved on to a live television channel where he has given Jake Paul the warnings of his life. This message has torn the world of boxing apart and has re-emphasized Mike Tyson's seriousness ahead of the bout. Let's get in.
Also want to fight you for those Muhammad Ali gloves. That's going to be the deal closer right there.
My Muhammad Ali gloves.
Right there, the red Muhammad Ali gloves with the gold writing on it.
The match between the former undisputed world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson and YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul has been the most viral boxing news for the past few weeks ever since its announcement. News has been flying around touching the details of the fight. The rules, Jake Paul's irresponsibility, Mike Tyson's well-being, and most importantly, the message of the two boxers to each other. Both boxers have made so much effort in intensifying the build-up to their bout, with Mike Tyson choosing to do his talking in the gym, uploading training videos of himself with messages to his opponent, who would respond in a variety of naughty and rascally comebacks. Now, Iron Mike Tyson has moved out of the boxing ring to a live TV show to issue brutal warnings to Jake Paul ahead of their bout. While Jake Paul had always responded to many of Tyson's social media posts, it is very unlikely that he would come back with a response on live TV like Mike Tyson did. This undoubtedly proves that despite Jake Paul's popularity and social media influence, he still doesn't hold enough away as much as the man who dominated the boxing world in the 80s and 90s with his ferocious charisma and damaging punches. An attempt to compare Mike Tyson to Jake Paul would only lead to endless moments of mockery, derision, and ridiculous laughter. Despite Jake Paul's escapades with older boxers, he still doesn't stand anywhere close to Tyson's records. As a matter of fact, Jake Paul isn't even a boxer in the first instance. In 1985, when Mike Tyson made his professional debut at age 19, he fought 15 bouts in the same year and won them all by knockout victories. That's astounding, you must say. On the other hand, Jake Paul, at age 27, has just 10 bouts to his name with a loss and 6 knockout victories. And near interestingly, most of his wins have come against old and retired boxers or mixed martial artists. Evidently, a 27-year-old Jake Paul isn't even a match to 19-year-old Mike Tyson. Understandably, the match has brought in some form of comparison between the two boxers. But all attempts at doing that end up being laughable and ridiculous. It is with this fury that Tyson has issued some warnings to Jake Paul. In his appearance on live TV, Mike Tyson was asked about his matchup with Jake Paul and what he intends to do. He said, "I will shut him up. I know he has plans as well. He knows the age difference, but I will shut him up. I would go at him, and I have hopes that it'll be a knockout. I'll be 58 at the time of the fight, and I want to use Paul as an example to show the world that I've still got what it takes to be invincible. I'm still the Mike Tyson they used to know." Mike Tyson was also asked if he had other things in mind for Jake Paul, since the problem child has been seen making videos to taunt Mike Tyson. Tyson responded, "Yeah, I know that's all part of the build-up, and it's all right. I'd do my talking in the ring and beat him up. I'll teach him a lesson. That won't be difficult." These statements from the baddest man on the planet have come after another interview on live television where gave more details on the matchup. "I don't think he's faster than me. I train every day. I take it seriously," Tyson said, referring to Jake Paul.
I don't think he's faster than me.
Right. How hard are you training?
I train every day. I get up in the morning, do the road work. Then I go to the gym at 1. Then I go to the strength and conditioning guy. Then it starts all over again.
It's the process of going through the whole day. I get up in the morning and do the road work. Then I go to the gym at 1. Then I go to the strength and conditioning guy. Then it starts all over again. Tyson then shared a moment to praise Jake for his journey from comedy influencer to professional boxer. He's come a long way from YouTubing. Listen, I've seen a YouTube video of him at 16 doing weird dances. That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting.
I think he's came a long way from YouTubing. And listen, I seen a YouTube of him at 16 doing weird dances. That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting.
Despite the rumors of 18-0's gloves and headgear, Mike Tyson has insisted that this will be treated as a real fight. The rumors are not true. Listen, this is called an exhibition, but if you look up exhibition, you will not see any of the laws that we're fighting under. This is a fight. This guy is going to come. He's going to try and hurt me, which I'm accustomed to, and he's going to be greatly mistaken. At almost 58 years old, the legendary boxer explained why he is returning to the ring and is welcoming the challenge against Jake Paul. Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it. And that's how it is. I was afraid of the Roy Jones Jr. fight. I was scared to fight again. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was, however, old, 54 or 53, and I said, let's do it. Anything I'm afraid of, I confront it, and that's my personality. Like right now, I'm scared to death, but as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality, and in reality, I'm invincible. I always believed that adversity or nervousness, it pretty much catapulted me into success. If I didn't have these feelings, I wouldn't go into this fight. I have to have these feelings to fight. Without them, I would never go in the ring. Though he seemed the most riled up, as he has been in years with nothing but a vicious display on his mind, Mike Tyson has no hard feelings when it comes to Jake Paul. I will do just that. I will teach him a lesson, but dislike him? No, I don't. I do not have any grudges against him. He's beautiful, and no, it's not from that perspective. This is from my point of view of grabbing glory, you know? Never for money, only glory. I would never risk my health for money. Truly, boxing legend Mike Tyson isn't known for fear, but believe it or not, he just admitted to being scared before his fight with Roy Jones Jr., and it is looking like he has the exact same fear for his upcoming clash against Jake Paul. Well, Roy Jones Jr., Tyson's last opponent from their 2020 exhibition match, who offered some insight. Jones explained the nature of Tyson's fear, suggesting it was more about anticipation than actual dread. The interviewer posed a thought-provoking question to Roy Jones Jr. So, Roy, Mike Tyson was on with Hannity last night. He mentioned his fight with you, but he also said something surprising about being afraid. Take a listen to this. Roy Jones was made to listen to Tyson's exact words before he shared his take on the matter. Following Tyson's unexpected disclosure, the interviewer shifted focus, seeking Jones Jr.'s perspective on this revelation. What do you think about that? He said he was afraid to fight you. He's afraid to fight Jake Paul. I don't think many people tie Mike Tyson's name to the feeling of fear, the interviewer inquired, prompting a deeper exploration into the nature of fear in boxing. Roy Jones Jr. responded with understanding and clarity. Here's the thing. It's not that he's afraid. That's not what he really means. He's saying it that way, but that's not what that is. What that is, anytime a fight is announced, you become fearful of the unknown. You become fearful of what could happen. That happens right away. But like he said, as those days get closer, we become immune to that feeling. Now it's like, can you please hurry up and get him in front of me so I can show you all that that's not going to happen? So that's just what a boxer goes through. He added, that's the difference between the old school boxers and new school boxers. Old school boxers were not afraid to mention or accept the fact, but as the fight gets closer, preparation runs that fear away. Tyson's candid admission, coupled with Jones's insightful interpretation, highlights a profound truth about boxing. Facing one's fears is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to strength. Mike Tyson spoke about being afraid of the fight against Roy Jones Jr., and it turned out that he performed excellently. Despite that the fight was scored a draw, many believe Mike Tyson was the actual winner of the bout. The fight between Iron Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. was a little rough around the edges, with neither man committing to a true volume of strikes. Neither seemed to throw more than or two punches at a time before ending up in the clinch to be broken up by referee Ray Corona. Tyson occasionally landed his trademark left hook at a distance, while Jones showed flashes of his old self with no-look jabs and showboating to boot. Tyson seemed to pile up most of the early rounds, landing the cleaner punches and muscling Jones in the clinch. Jones was the more visibly fatigued man in the corner between rounds, but he continued to try to gut out the fight, turning up his volume in the later rounds. This despite Tyson being far more removed from his time as a professional fighter. The first round began with Tyson throwing quick jabs and body shots while Jones kept looking to circle and counter. Tyson continued in hot pursuit and there was a left hook, but Jones was lucky to retreat. Jones went to tie Tyson up as Tyson tried slipping in body shots. They traded jabs and Tyson looked the fighter with the better head movement until that point. In the second round, Tyson was the clear aggressor. He threw a left hand to the body and was very active in the clinch. Repeatedly, he hit Jones's body and again added a step-in left hand. Jones answered with a punch of his own and hopped away. Tyson replied with a short right by and Jones clinched. The referee gave them plenty of time to work in the clinch. Eventually, they separated, but Jones immediately ducked in to tie Tyson up. Tyson tried to dig to the body, but Jones came quick with a short left hand. Then Tyson ripped him to the body. Moving to the third round, Jones hit Tyson with a pawing left hand. And then, some quick hands by Jones came in close as they worked in the clinch. Immediately, Tyson with a left uppercut. Then they both went to the body and tied up again. As they did that, there was an accidental headbutt. The referee checked Jones for a cut, and since it wasn't serious, they carried on. Jones followed with a quick one, 2, while Tyson moved back to the body. Jones avoided a Tyson shot and kept his distance until the bell. In round 4, Jones hit Tyson with the jab and was in and out. He again added a left hook to cause more damage. He began flicking out his hands as Tyson walked him down. Then, they clinched before Tyson went back to the body with a trio of punches. Tyson landed some big ones to the body, however. Jones caught Tyson with a couple of light head shots coming in. In the 5th round, Jones came up with a combo. However, Mike Tyson was in there with the left hook. They traded body blows in the clinch, with Jones loosening up a bit, but they tied up before anything could escalate. Tyson got back to the body and then went with a big left hand up top. Jones did a counter jabbing, but Tyson hit the body again before giving Jones a combo. In defense, Jones kept his hands high. Moving to the 6th, Tyson stayed aggressive. He backed Jones up into the corner, but Jones tied him up to get out of there. Jones then threw him a jab and then another. As Jones did this, he was cautious and intentional about avoiding Tyson's power. Tyson had the bodywork advantage in the clinch, but Jones was quick to bring his hands low now, and he caught Tyson with a fast left hand. In the 7th round, Tyson scored with a punch early. Jones clinched up and walked him over to the ropes. Jones then came up with fast hands to keep Tyson at bay, but Tyson got in there with more solid body punches and a powerful left hand. Afterwards, Tyson left with the body. On getting to the final round, both boxers began with clinching. Jones began with pawing jabs as Tyson rushed in. Tyson went body head. Jones then approached him with a nice combination that ended with body shots. Tyson backed Jones to the corner and landed a pair of punches to the body, but Jones followed with short body shots in the clinch. Tyson got a few more body shots in there before the exhibition came to a close. Jones's late work served to score him enough late rounds to earn the win on one scorecard and a draw on the other. With Tyson winning the third scorecard, the fight was left a somewhat unsatisfying draw. While Tyson said he was happy with the result, Jones was less thrilled, saying after the fight, "I wear draws, I don't do draws." After the fight, Tyson told interviewer Jim Gray that he planned to move forward, fighting more exhibitions, and even seemed interested in running it back with Jones. "I'm used to doing it for 3 minutes," Tyson said of the rounds. "Sometimes those 2 minutes felt like 3 minutes. I'm happy I got this under my belt to keep doing this and go further." Jones was less committed to fighting again, stating simply that it was hard to say. Tyson did shut down any idea of coming back to the ring as a professional, however. "This is bigger than fighting and winning the championship," Tyson said of competing in exhibitions where he donates money to charity. "We're humanitarians and we're helping people." While Tyson and Jones's in-ring performance definitely turned heads, what fans heard on the broadcast may have been just as good. Rap icon Snoop Dogg joined the team for the final 2 fights in the card and delivered some great one-liners while also openly rooting for Jones in the main event. The lightness provided by Snoop's commentary carried over into the post-fight interviews with Jones and Tyson, with the once feared fighters joking with each other while they basked in the bright lights of the sport's biggest stage, decades after being 2 of the biggest stars of their era. In the co-main event, however, Jake Paul showed he may have some serious power in his hands when he scored a vicious knockout of former NBA star Nate Robinson in the 2nd round. Paul dropped Robinson twice before leaving him out cold on the canvas with a brutal right hook. The YouTube sensation after the bout became 2-0 as a pro with a pair of knockouts. With the pattern of fear around Tyson, where his fears come before his victories, Jake Paul should see that as a warning as well. Well, Iron Mike Tyson is such a man whose jokes and fears should be fierce enough to instill fears in his opponents. Even Tyson has once admitted how in his prime he used to cry before his fights because he had some fears. On one of the episodes of his podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike, he revealed that he used to cry before his fights. Mike Tyson said, "I cried before fights because I was pretty scared. And by being scared, I'm really going to do something bad to this guy that his family is not going to like. Then, I'm going to be really guilty and feel bad at the end." Tyson's hands were certainly something else. Thus, it makes sense that he would be afraid of hurting his opponents. Anyone who dared cross him was terrified by the speed and power he carried into the ring. Given that boxing isn't a victimless sport, it seemed from this comment that he was afraid of what he was capable of.
Closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible.
And my guess is this is gonna be a great night. That's for sure. Definitely one for the ages.
I believe you as well.
Mike,
I'm looking so forward to it.
Also, Mike Tyson's former sparring partner Joe Egan also agreed to this fact. Joe Egan once insisted that Tyson was always afraid before a fight, just like any human would be. Egan said in an interview, Mike in the dressing room used to go through horrible emotions of fear, and like Koos used to say to us, there's a very fine line between the coward and the hero. And that walk to the ring and the waiting around before you get into the ring is very daunting for any fighter. I can tell you myself. Once the bell goes to fight, the fear leaves you because it's time to fight. But the build-up, the walk to the cage or ring, it's very, very emotional for a person because you have all sorts of thoughts going in your head. You don't think about losing. You don't want to let yourself down. You want to give a good performance. If you give your best and you lose, then you've given your best. He then continued, and the emotions that go through your head, Mike was the same. He'd say to me after a fight, did I do enough? Have I done enough? Has my opponent done more? Mike's a human being. He's not a machine. He had the same emotions that his opponent had. What Mike had over his opponents is the fact he had a fear factor because he carried all the invincibility into the ring because of his power. While these professionals and former world champions agree to the normalcy of the fear and anxiety before boxing matches, it is the novice Jake Paul who has claimed he feels no nerves or fear anymore. Pac tried to reassure his girlfriend of his abilities when she asked if there was a possibility that Mike Tyson would knock him out and if that would be his last fight as a result. The question brought a smile to Paul's face before he revealed, she keeps on asking, but he's not going to. They then agreed that the scenario is something they shouldn't even talk about, as Paul eventually explained why he is not contemplating that possibility. I'm too sharp and fast. Just being active and being the man in the arena for years and years now will prove the difference. Like I don't even get nervous. The nerves are not even there anymore, Paul revealed. This statement not only contradicted Mike Tyson's claims of feeling anxious and sacred, but Jake Paul has also claimed to be faster than Mike Tyson, despite Tyson claiming he doesn't think Jake is faster. He further added, there is also no nervousness about it being Tyson in the opposite corner. There's no nerves, not at all. I'm excited. I literally can't wait to look across the ring and see him and give him death stare. However, Paul acknowledged already feeling some of Tyson's power, but wants the whole experience when they meet on fight night. Shaking his hand at the shoot, this man is strong as a rock, like probably the strongest handshake. I don't think he was trying not to squeeze, but you could just feel his hands were like bricks. The talks will continue, and many more warnings will be heard, but when the time for action comes on July 20th, we'll see who means business the most. That's all for now. If you enjoyed watching this video, kindly react by clicking the like button below. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get alerted when we drop quality contents like this.